And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram Solomon Cigars. And also the Oliva Cigar family. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
I am a blues man. I live this life.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special Thursday night Great Cigar and Podcast Pipe Show. We, as you can see, I'm missing nobody here. Everybody's gone.
I'm missing nobody, but
I'm missing nobody.
I'm missing nobody.
Missing nobody.
He's missing everybody.
My nobody is up there in the corner there. My
nobody.
I can't say it because he's going to get upset with me, but I only got a few more shows with him, but I can't. Kyle Jesso is on the top right-hand side there. Kyle, how are you?
Good. Welcome to our special Thursday show, everyone.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to this. Let me tell you, because I mistakenly had him on last Thursday by mistake because, you know, sometimes I do make an error. But I was looking forward to getting his cigars. Art Garcia is a super knowledgeable guy in the industry, and this is the first time ever smoking one. Let me tell you, folks, you're in for a treat. This is a great stick by a guy who's a lot of fun, super knowledgeable, and we're going to have a great time tonight, Chris. And here's my new sidekick, Bob Jr. This is Bob's son.
Bob took a lot of years off of them. Look at that. He shaved.
Look at the chooch. She's wearing a chooch shirt because Bob isn't here, so he replaced them with the chooch.
Don't be a chooch.
That's it. Don't be a chooch.
Don't be a chooch.
You have the easiest job. To be Bob, all you got to do is sit there and be a mute. Just lay back, smoke your cigar, like drink your bourbon, and go to sleep.
Oh, guys. Where's the love? Where's the love? Come on, show a little love.
Yeah, we are. This is brotherly love. This is how it works.
But we did announce it down there in Florida, next to the retired Bob lookalike, is the one, the only, the chooch master himself, Cousin Frank.
Hello, everybody. Hello. And this is my good friend, originally from New Jersey, then moved to Delaware. Now, today, the new owner of a beautiful villa here in Margaritaville in Daytona Beach. Chris,
congrats.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats, big man. That's big time move. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I see you fit right in right away with your chooch shirt.
Yeah,
you have become a regular chooch of the show.
Yes.
And, now you almost get to see it live almost every
you almost get to see it live. You're sitting in it. He's sitting in it.
Well,
live.
Yes.
So he doesn't get to see it.
But now he'll be more live. He'll be that
more live as opposed to
coming in now live, and then that kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Hey,
yeah. Ronnie's messing this up completely. So,
but let's mess up the other thing. Hey, Kyle, tell the people the big news of what's going on with you, because these seats are going to be empty.
That's right.
Well, as most of everyone I'm seeing the comments come through. Most of these people are on our regular Tuesday broadcast.
Forget it, Kyle. Don't waste their time. They know.
But they know, I'm moving to Tampa, so I'm coming to Florida. It's how it is.
Well,
it's what we do.
Frank's in Florida. I'm in Florida. You're going to be in Florida.
Bob's in Florida.
Bob's in Florida.
And Ronnie's scratching his ass in the cold land of Chicago.
It's nice there. No.
It's nice there.
Keep breaking my balls, why don't you? Keep breaking my balls. What can I tell you?
Ronnie's going to enjoy the snow a few more years before he ever makes a move.
Yes.
You guys. Let's get on with the show.
Hey, let's get on. Let's move right on to the show.
Let's tell everybody first what to do.
Oh yeah, well, there's a lot to do. First,
everybody please hit your share button, so this way we can get our special guest. And he also has a little sidekick down there that we kind of know. Some of us do. But we definitely want to make sure our special guest gets around the world and with everybody on your Facebook, YouTube, Rumble page. Share this with everybody. And it is a Thursday night show, so we really need to get the ratings up because they're used to seeing us on Tuesday. But we needed Art here. We had a wonderful time with him at to PCA. He had a beautiful spot at the BCA Pavilion, and we hung out. And great guy, lots of information And the man knows how to talk a good show here about his cigar line.
He knows how to talk.
He knows how to talk. He's good at what he's going to talk about.
That's a great quality in our guests. They know how to talk.
Some people don't know how to talk. You know what I mean?
Unlike Ronnie, Ronnie talks. They speak properly. Ronnie
I do Ronnie-isms left and right.
From the hip.
That's it.
Before we go to our first break to our sponsors, I just want to let everybody know that tonight they'll have an additional prize, or like Ronnie likes to call gift, but it's our monthly prize that is offered by our good friend and sponsor over at Reminisce Angus Beef, Cattle Baron. The man can do no wrong in our eyes. Plus, his wife has a vodka company. So,
gorgeous vodka.
Yeah, so gorgeous vodka tonight. We'll be giving away a bottle of gorgeous vodka and a sampler pack, and that'll be coming from, again,
beautiful
Brian Massard, Cattle Baron Cigars, Reminisce Angus Beef, and make sure you stay on tonight because otherwise you won't have a chance to win. So wait towards the end and you'll have that chance. And that'll happen. Once we get back, we'll jump on with Art Garcia, and we will be back right after these words.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in 1. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Bovita 2-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
We are back, folks.
Yes.
Hello.
I have to start this segment by, I was just making a comment to Chris. You know, Bob, he's protesting. He's on strike for Thursday show. He won't even watch us. He doesn't make the trip here, but he won't watch. So he's on strike.
When did he join SAG?
Well, I was telling Chris he's doing SAG, but it's not the Screen Actors Guild. It's saggy balls. So he joins SAG. That's why he's not here. His balls are sagged. So
Oh, you got him caught in the toilet again.
Dipping.
Ouch.
Ouch. Look around. And on that note, let's bring on our special guest. Art, there he is.
What up, what up?
Hey,
What
Art.
up? What's going on, Art? Thank you very much for joining in and taking your Thursday night. I know your regular routine, but hanging out with us on this Thursday night.
Absolutely,
And I see a very strange man coming up behind you. Is he okay? Is he safe?
Looks like Art Carney, actually.
yeah.
Is that Art
Is
Carney?
that Art Carney over there?
What's up, guys? How's my brothers doing?
We're doing good, Jonathan Blanco. We're doing good.
We hear babies.
What's wrong with Bobby? I heard he's got a saggy balls or something.
Yes, he's got saggy balls, and he's on strike. He joined
He's
SAG.
on strike. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So, Art, how's things going?
Oh, you know, every day above the ground is a beautiful day, brother. We're living every day.
That it is.
Making the best out of it, and we're working hard.
Absolutely,
I hear you.
absolutely.
Good.
Art.
Well, you certainly do a lot of work, and you've been going at it from 7 a.m. till 7 or 8 or 9 p.m. every day.
I've been here since 6 a.m. and I'm still at the factory.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, you know what? That's what owners do with their own business. You eat and sleep this, and you got to make it right. You know, I mean, there are days that you can take some time off, and there are days you just gotta, keep going and going and going. And everybody says, "Oh, own your own business. You must be doing well. Things are great." Well, Thursday night, your head doesn't hit the pillow because it's flipping out over payroll and everything else that's going on, and you got to do the hours. And you got a lot of labor hours in there, that's for sure. But You're doing something right. Let's tell the people your story.
Oh, man.
You want to go from the beginning, not when you came out of mom, but, go a little bit later after that.
How did this all start?
He needs a drink on this one because he's talking.
I don't blame him.
Is it coffee or bourbon? What are we drinking here? Let's hear about that.
You gotta have cafecito here,
Oh, cafecito, yeah, there you go.
Nicaragua coffee. Look, we got a little friend with us here.
Oh, look at Kurt's baby.
Oh my God, look how cute. He definitely doesn't get his looks from you, Kurt.
Oh, thank God he looks like his mother.
He looks like his mother.
Yeah.
Junior cigar roller.
That's right.
Yeah. Where's the cigar at least? At least train him right. He's laughing. He's looking. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
God, he is
He's almost there. You don't have to grab a cigar now.
Well, look at him.
Look at him go. Did you teach him how to make a clip there? How's he going to do it? A V-cut or what are you going to do? Straight cut?
Yeah, see, he's crying. He wants it cut.
He wants to cut. He wants to cut in light.
He wants to roll. Well, Art, tell us a little bit the story. Let the crowd know how you began and what's going on, where you're at, and what's the future look like for you.
Absolutely, guys. So, my story is very simple, and I'm just a humble dude who loves smoking cigars. And for a long time, I've been smoking now. I smoked my first cigar when I was right about 15 and a half years old. My grandfather, rest in peace, gave it to me. And I remember he set me down one day in Mexico. We were at a beach house in Tijuana. And he says, "Son, today I'm going to make you a man. And I'm going to give you a cigar like my father gave it to me, like I gave it to your father. And now we're going to give it to you because we're about to enter into a manhood and become a man. So I'm going to make sure that before I die, I make you a man with a cigar. And I'm going to teach you our family's tradition."
Wow.
And he gave me a cigar, and the first cigar that I smoked, it was an old Arturo Fuente box with it was made out of Tampa with Cuban tobacco still.
Wow.
It was that old. And I still have half a box left, and I never touch it. I just have them there sitting in my humidor in the United States. Because I knew if I was to bring that box over here, I'll smoke them. So I just left them over. And
You got enough down there to smoke.
That's like the last memory I have of my grandfather because, a few months after he gave me that cigar, he passed away at a family's party.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you, brother. It's been many years now. And so he recounted and he gave me the cigar and it was a great memory. So ever since then, between 15 and 18 years old, I remember I used to always sneak into the humidor when I used to go to our house in Mexico, and I used to grab a cigar, and then I used to go like 2 blocks from my house to smoke the cigar with my little friends back there. You know, we were teenagers until I got caught, and my father's like, "Why is it different cigars missing out of this humidor?" Grandfather gave it to me. I said, no, he didn't. You turn 18, you take the cigars, but right now you're not 18, buddy. So I remember he grabbed the box and put it in his office. And when I turned 17 and a half, my father looks at me and said, "Look, I got a gift for you." So he gave me the humidor.
Oh, nice.
And ever since then, I always cherished that humidor with my life, and it was a memory from my grandfathers, and that stuck with me, you know. So throughout life, eventually I knew that there was a calling, you know. I went from being in sales to a record store to being in the music business and the financial business. And then it all came down to smoking cigars and being part of a cigar company. And me being the entrepreneur I was, you know, right around that time where I smoked my first cigar, an uncle of mine, he said, "Listen, I'll give you $100 if you read this book." And I said, "What am I going to read this book for? Just give me the $100. He said, "No, that's not the point. That's not the lesson I want to give you. I want you to read this book, and if you read it, I'll give you $100. So he gave me Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, great book.
Yeah. And I read the book, and it was so interesting and so something that I never read before in school or anything. It intrigued me so much that I read that book in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Nice.
And so I told my uncle, I said, "Listen, you don't owe me $100. You owe me $200 because I read it twice in 1 month."
Wow, there you go.
Did he give you the money? Did he give you the money? That's what I see the man.
But you know what? That book changed my life.
Wow.
It took me out of my comfort zone where my parents came from and the way they grew up, and to become an entrepreneur,
right?
Become an independent and or self-employed. And I remember ever since I was 18 years old, I never worked for another company.
Wow.
Until now, been independent.
That's fantastic.
And so I think that's where a lot of came from, right? So right around the age of 19, you know, when I was with the music and all that stuff, I was always known like the cigar guy because every time we had a concert or we had a show, you know, I was around record executives, very known record executives in the industry, in the Latin industry. They always knew I had cigars. So every time at the end of the show, "Hey, Art, do you have any cigars?" I'm like, "Of course I do." So I was giving away cigars to everybody, right? And these are, you know, Romeo and Juliet. And I was getting some. I remember. I think I'm not sure if it was Camachos. For sure, there were some Fuentes there, Dominicans, and then I had some Hoyas in Nicaragua back then, right?
Wow.
And then somebody, I think it was my mom who told me. I says, "Mijo, why don't you continue your family's tradition?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean, Mom?" And she said, "You'll figure out." And that's what she told me.
Huh.
Then one day I had a dream that I own a cigar factory.
Wow.
And ever since then, I never looked back, bro.
Wow.
I started, you know, we created my first company, Antigua Estelli. Then we did a rebrand of name. Now we're Segovias. But I never in my mind thought that I was going to own a factory and live in Nicaragua.
Wow.
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 That's awesome.
And here you are. And you know a lot of people down there, and you've been doing this quite well, and you're really kind of in the heartland there of Estelli, where there's, who knows, maybe 50 other wholesalers are in town, but a wonderful place to grow tobacco. Nicaragua's stronghold there of tobacco. And now you're living there full time, which is a long way from Mexico to South California and back down there to Nicaragua. I mean,
you know, I was just talking about that last night on our live. You know, somebody told me, "Hey, Art, well, what kind of sacrifices did you have to make?" I said, "Look, forget about the money. I had to sacrifice food.
Right.
I had to sacrifice In-N-Out burgers. I had to sacrifice good Italian food.
Nice.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
I had to sacrifice, you know, a bunch of family traditions that we had back home to come to this country. I said, you guys don't know the shit we got to go through here. And people who actually live here can vouch for it. If I want to go to a good grocery shopping, like over there in California, you know, I used to love shopping at Costco, right?
Right.
And so if I want to go to Costco here, which is called Price Mart, I got to drive 3 hours.
3 hours.
That's a long way.
If I want to go eat at a decent restaurant, I got to drive 3 hours.
Ooh.
If I want to go to the beach, I got to drive 3 hours. If I want to go see a movie that just came out in the theaters and they have it here, which they don't have all the new movies that came out, I got to drive 3 hours. So then I tell them, I said, well, so you tell me, did I make any sacrifices? And they said, yes. I said, we really have to sacrifice. You know, I could be in the States right now making $250,000 or more yearly and make good money, make a good living.
Right.
Yeah.
Here, making very little money and just surviving.
But you're enjoying life.
Back rich. But I'm
Right.
back rich.
Right.
You know, people don't understand all the shit we got to go through to actually make a cigar, to be here, to own a factory. You know, we were just talking about also the other day. There's a lot of cigar brands who they say they own a factory, but in reality, they don't own anything.
Right.
They just put their name in the factory and they think they own it.
Yeah.
Me, I own it, free and clear.
Wow.
Everything you see in my factory belongs to me. And my wife too, of course.
That's right.
You better say to wife, or you're not sleeping well tonight.
Otherwise, you're sleeping at the factory.
Yeah.
He's gonna be waiting on me at home with the belt. What'd you say?
Well, that's
So,
a big
Art,
investment that you had to do to leave California and sell everything, or almost everything, all your beautiful cars and everything else of your collections to.
I tell you, you know, I just came back from Vegas. And from Vegas, I left on the 13th, July 13th. So I drove back to California. I had to rent a car. No bullshit. When I was in Cali, I didn't want to go stay at my sister's house or my brother's house. You know, I have a lot of beautiful nephews, but I felt like I wanted to relax a little bit. I felt like I was homeless. I didn't have a house to go to, like my own house.
Yeah.
I was driving a rental car. I mean, it was a nice rental car, but it cost me almost $2,000 to rent that car, you know?
Right.
So those are the sacrifices I had to make to actually be here for right now.
Right.
I'm not, I don't have the finances of a lot of brand owners who are pretty wealthy. They have their own houses, their own cars. Not yet. I'm not there yet, because everything's invested in my factory and also in the brand. But it felt weird. So those are the sacrifices I had to make to actually make good cigars and live out here and say I own the factory.
Right.
You have to go through a lot of things in life. So what keeps me afloat, I like reading books. I'm actually rereading the book right now, Napoleon Hill. I also read, I'm listening to Ed Milet, some of his books called The Power of One.
Right.
And just listening to those books and motivating me, it keeps me afloat. And then, of course, hanging out with my boy Kirk over here. And Little Man.
That's right.
Gets me fucked up. I don't have a lot of friends here in Estelli, and I don't hang out with a lot of people. And we try to keep our natures very close. And the only people we do hang out with, we care about each other, and we're there for each other.
Right.
Sometimes Kirk comes to my house. Well, I'll go to his house and smoke a cigar. Or he comes to the factory and we have cigars here, like right now,
Right.
But being in Estelli, and he could vouch for me, it's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice. Being in a whole different country you're not from. I'm not Nicaraguan, I'm Mexican American.
Yeah, you have to learn a new culture.
I have to learn a new culture. Absolutely.
Yeah. Time doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Schedules. I'll be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. You'll be my first appointment. And then 3 days later, the guy shows up. Well, I got tied up.
I didn't tell you which morning.
I got tied up at an appointment. I'm like, I was your first appointment. How'd you get tied up?
Well, it's a slower paced life down there, Kurt. I mean, if the sun beats down on you, you don't have that energy to just go because the sun beats down on you.
And for us, it's being American, it's tough because we get mad. We're going to be here at a certain time, and 30 minutes pass by, an hour pass by, 2 hours. I'm like, yo, who the fuck you at, bro? We had an appointment. It's like, it makes me not want to do any business with those people.
Right.
You know? So we had to get used to a lot of the rules here. A lot of the, my wife is Nicaraguan, full-blooded Nicaraguan. She's born and raised and lives here. And so she kind of helped me a little bit to get more updated.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of her, I was able to learn a lot of the things that I didn't know, like I take the things easier and they don't take things easier. They get mad for everything, and I'm talking about just my wife, I'm talking about just Nicaraguan people, period,
Right.
They do things different, but then if you call them out, they don't like that, So we had to get used to all that stuff. To employees, oh man, I could tell you many stories about employees. Me having 75 employees, 50 employees, they come work, and if they don't like the tables, they'll get up and leave. Things like that. And you know what's more fucked up? That I opened the factory during fucking COVID. Right in the middle of COVID, I was opening my factory.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah, we opened it in June of 2021.
Wow.
June of 2021.
You made it through the tough time of that, of help at that point, because everyone was shutting down. The factories were, or they were, working on limited.
It was tough.
Here's another example. Let's say somebody in the family makes a little bit of extra money one day on a Tuesday. So they go out and buy a case of beer. Now the rest of the family doesn't show up at work the next day because they're all hungover, still drunk.
The family affair down there. What are you going to do? I mean,
there was a time where there was a Monday came up. And, we're expecting we had 15 tables working at that time, 15 production tables, and only 6 showed up.
Wow.
I said, what the fuck happened?
Right.
Well, there was an event on that Sunday when the whole town comes out and show off the horses, things like that. And everybody got drunk.
It sounds like Nicaraguans can't hold their liquor, huh?
Wait a minute. They can drink. But then
we have Chris Carp. He's in from Ecuador, so we've got folks from Ecuador. We got our friend.
Hey, what's up, Chris? How are you?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Guitars and cigars. Excited to get Art Cigars in their shop. So
nice.
Fantastic. I mean, Art, I'm going to first talk about the cigars that you sent us. So myself and Chris were smoking your box press Maduro.
The Toro.
Fantastic cigar.
Excellent.
I mean, something that everyone should have. Again, first time smoking any of Art's cigars. So this is my first impression. And I think, first impressions are really important, right? Because people are going to base an opinion on that first cigar that they have.
Right.
And the beauty of this cigar is right out of the cello, I got that creamy cocoa sniff. That dry draw was beautiful. The draw on this is absolutely perfect. And the beauty of this is also in the artwork. If you look at the artwork, it's
label.
Fantastic. It's beautiful art.
Colorful.
Art for artwork. So, he's not going to put out bad artwork. His first name is Art. Of course.
Exactly. Well, actually, my first name is George.
But
I don't like that name. That's my father's first name. I'm Junior, right? I'm actually the third. But every time my mom used to get mad at me, she'll be like, Jorge. And so every time I heard that name, I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
You cringed. Now it's Arturo.
Everybody calls me Arturito, R2D2, like Star Wars. So that name stuck to me. So all my friends in the Californian school, instead of saying George or Arturo, everybody called me Art. So ever since I was in middle school, everybody calls me Art. So ever since then, I'm Art.
There you go. That's great. Fantastic. Great story. Nice. So when you actually got your factory up and running, what was that process like? Like, did you go when you went and visited? Was there a building already in place? What happened? Like, how does this work? Did you have to build it from scratch? What did you do?
We had to build the whole factory from scratch, bro.
Wow.
This building was empty. Nothing was in here.
Wow.
Okay.
We built the tables, our production tables inside the factory. And there's videos, and there's pictures on Instagram. You guys can go ahead and see them.
Cool.
Nice.
How was it like enticing those employees to come and roll for you? Like, how was that? I mean, because you're opening in the middle of COVID. Now everyone's, virus scared. Like, how did you entice them to come back and no, come to work. I pay you.
Before I answer that, so this factory here used to belong to a Mason.
Oh, okay.
I'm a future Mason. I'm about to get initiated. They switched the date to next
brother.
week.
Congrats, brother.
Right? Hanging out with my brother here. So I come from a family of Masons too. And so this, for some reason, this factory here was like brought to me. It was like there was an energy that I had to come in here. So this factory where I'm in right now, it used to belong to a guy named Ronnie Aragon from Aragon Cigar Factory.
Uh-huh.
The guy who makes Escobar cigars and who else do they make? Eugenio Garcia and something like that, yeah. So before him, it used to belong to another factory called La Perla.
Oh, La Perla. Yeah.
The Perla Cigar Factory, yes. And all these factories, they grew and they went to bigger factories. So, I was looking for a whole month for a place to put my factory. I didn't have the money to build a big factory the way I wanted to.
Right.
Right. So I said, I'm going to give me a good location where I could just, lease for the moment and see what we could do.
Yeah.
So I was on my last day before I head back to California, and I look at the sign, and they just posted the sign that says for lease or for rent.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Right before you were leaving.
Wow. That looks good. It has a warehouse. It has, I called the owner right away, and I said, hey, can I take a look at your location? He said, yeah. So I went in there, how much you want? And we negotiated the price. I said, done. I want to sign the contract today. How many years? 5-year lease. Let's do it.
Oh,
perfect.
Nice.
And we didn't look back.
Damn,
but
that was
I had to build everything. We had to build everything from scratch. The aging room, the storage room, our production rooms, our paintings. We did a beautiful mural outside the wall.
Now we're at the point where you got to get him big enough to outgrow this place.
Now I got to sell cigars.
Right, you got to sell cigars.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, talk about the man upstairs laying out the plan for you. He made sure that you saw that sign right when you needed to see it and was right there to pounce on it.
What I think. Absolutely right.
Things happen for a reason. They always do.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how opportunities kind of unfold before you because you opened up your heart and mind to that, and it was going to happen.
Whatever your mind believes, you can achieve.
That's right.
And I learned that since I was 15 years old.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%, Art. That's
and then it took us a few months to actually build the location inside and start putting everything together. So I wanted to hire people, but back then, because it was COVID, everybody was afraid to work.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I had to get my fat boy's ass to work. So we started painting the factory outside. We started painting the factory inside. And then I was able to hire a carpenter. He came in here and I started helping him build these production tables, my humidor inside. And it was between me, my wife, the carpenter, and we had a friend named Kirk wasn't around at that time, but we had a friend named Steven. And he's in, I think he's in Illinois right now, but he's supposed to come in December. They call him Cowboy Steven, and he was helping too. And between all four of us, boom. And then to answer your question, then the recruiting part started.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I started recruiting. I started interviewing people for production manager, then my tobacco manager. And it's funny because I hired a production manager at that time, and he worked with me in the past making my previous Antigua Estelli cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought all the tobacco, and I remember I spent like $60,000 in one day just in tobacco.
Wow.
And he started working for me, and so we started making my box spreads and my Robusto Maduros. But then he fucked up, and he ended up buying the wrong tobacco for one of the blends.
Oh no.
And then so I had to go to California for a couple of weeks and then come back. When I came back, there was 6,000 cigars with the wrong tobacco in the wrong blend.
Oh no.
Wow.
I smoked the cigar and I'm like, fuck is this? This is your box press. I said, this is not my box press, bro. I grabbed the cigar, I open it up,
right,
and like, you put Indonesian tobacco in my fucking cigar.
What? Whoa, totally different. Totally
and he said,
different.
Didn't you tell me? I said, absolutely not, bro. How many cigars do? So I contact my administrator. I said, how many cigars do we have? 6,000.
Oh no!
Oh, shit.
Didn't he smoke it? Who smoked that thing ahead of time before they promoted it? Somebody had to smoke that to see that what it's all about.
So I said, bro, I don't know if I should fire you or just laugh my ass off because you just waste me $6,000 over close to $10,000 in
right.
Wow. So he said, boss, I'm sorry. So anyways, so then we redid everything again. Those cigars now, it's funny because those cigars, the 6,000 cigars.
I bet you they're really good now.
I sold them as my, I call them segundos, right?
Seconds.
Kirk got some of those.
Okay.
Some other friends got some of those, but those cigars now are also good.
Right, exactly. They've aged. I'm sure they're excellent.
2 years of aging. And
Nice.
so the guy who actually bought 5,000 of those cigars called me the other day. He said, Art, listen, I know this cigar kind of looks like yours, but it doesn't have the same blend as the new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Can we make that a core line? And can you make that cigar for me?
Wow.
Oh.
I said, bro. He said those cigars are so delicious, Art, that every customer can't get their hands on them. They just want them.
Wow.
That's why sometimes a happy accident can happen.
Yeah, the happy accident. You know, like the first guy who put tequila in orange juice. I mean, he was like, "Oh, I got."
That's
awesome.
We made a lot of these cigars. These box spreads are beautiful. And then I made the mistake. So I bought a bunch of San Andres wrapper, and they came out in a very light brown, clear color.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I wanted a black San Andres wrapper. This is not the wrapper I needed. So then I got my caldera, right? So then I said, let's put them in the caldera, like let's heat them up like tamales, and hopefully we could change the color.
Right.
So I did that. I put about 40, 50 pounds just to try it out, and they came out beautiful in black.
Ooh.
But then,
Hey, look at that. Your friend Alejandro from Guadalajara, Mexico, just reached out to you, buddy.
Oh,
you hit the share button, I hope, right? You hit the share button because we never. This is a new one. This is our new location. We never had one from Guadalajara.
Yes.
Very good, Alejandro.
Alejandro Mendinez he's a general manager for two beautiful cigar stores in Guadalajara. One of them is called Casa del Habano, and the other one is called Amaris. They're the hottest cigar stores in Guadalajara, Mexico, and they're also my distributors in Mexico.
Awesome,
wow,
fantastic.
That's awesome, beautiful.
Fantastic.
So then we made the cigars, right? And the cigar was a great cigar, but the flavor went away from the wrapper. So what happens is when you heat the wrapper in the caldera, it takes away all the minerals from the wrapper and the flavor. So it's like having a nice paper on the cigar.
Okay.
So I said that ain't gonna work.
No. Back to the drawing board.
To the drawing
board. So what I ended up doing is I ended up calling my friend Alejandro Troyan from Mexico City. I said, bro, I need some dark negro fucking San Andres wrapper. So he hooked me up. So I mean, some came light brown, almost like this. Right?
Okay.
But then as these cigars age, guys, they got so freaking delicious, man. It gives you that flavor that you're looking for this type of blend.
Right.
And the cigars are perfect now. So when I bought the tobacco, it was already 3 years old.
Okay.
You know, I paid a little more.
Already pre-aged. Yep.
Yeah, I paid a little more, but they already had about 3 years of aging on the, not the pilones, but on the how do you say pacas in English?
The bales.
The bales.
Bales. Okay.
Right. And think about it, guys. I made these cigars about 2 years ago, almost now, and the tobacco was already 3 years old.
There you go.
Cigars now?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So whoever buys these first 3,000 boxes that I'm shipping to the U.S. is going to go and get a cigar like never before.
Nice.
I should have made those my limited edition, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, right.
Absolutely.
I said, let's just sell them the way they are, and people are going to know. But what's important here, guys, is the consistency in the cigars.
Right.
I have proven to make the same cigar since we released Antigua Estelli back in 2019.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And
okay.
they
Gotta
got
be consistent.
better and better.
Beautiful.
That's the key. That's the key.
Hey, we have Brian Boz wants to know, do you have a variety 5 or a 10-pack available?
I don't sell them like that. You know, I don't sell them online or anything like that.
Right.
You have to get them like that to the retailer.
Gotcha.
You want to tell the people who they can reach out to if they want to get your cigars tonight, tomorrow, or this weekend?
Well, you know, we're barely opening accounts right now, but for sure we're going to have MardoCigars.com.
Okay.
And that's the only retailer online I got right now.
Okay.
Okay.
And they don't have them yet. They're coming in. So
Gotcha.
what happened is that there was some bullshit going on here in Nicaragua. We had to send them some new paperwork, and my customs guy got backed up with 18 of his factories. So they shut us down from shipping for almost a month.
Oh,
boy.
Because we came back from Vegas.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So we were supposed to have the cigars August 7th. That didn't happen. So we're barely going to have the green light to start shipping in the next 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So they'll be coming within the next 2 weeks. They'll hit the States.
Right. So we already got some stores in New Jersey. We got some stores in the East Coast. We got some stores in California. I definitely want to be in Corona.
Well, we got to get these out to them, and
we'll help you with Jeff.
We'll get Tanya's the one who's the decision maker when it comes to cigars in the shop. So she's the one who.
Well, you know, Corona already sells cigars I make in my factory.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So that's
You have a slight in.
you have
Just a
slight
slight
in.
in.
Right?
That's all, a little bit.
You're already there.
I'm already in, right? So,
That's right.
So we start making cigars, right? And we made close to 100,000 cigars for Segovias. And then my pocket started getting low. I'm like, oh shit, I'm running out of money. You know, and you know, having a $10,000, $15,000 payroll.
Oh yeah.
And not making any money is a problem.
Yeah, it runs through your cash flow there.
You know.
Yep.
And so I said I gotta do something. So I think it's either 2021 at TPE or 2022. I ran into these guys and their company's called Casa 1910.
Oh yeah, the guys.
Those guys are really good.
And they had this little cigar, this 5x50 or whatever, or 52, I think, from Mexico City. From Mexico.
Yep.
I smoked it. It's a good cigar, but it wasn't enough for my palate.
Sure.
So I said, hey guys, if you guys want to be in a competitive world, you guys got to create a Nicaragua cigar.
Right.
And it's just, man, you're absolutely right. So a month later, they hit me up. I'm like, Art, would you like to make our cigars? I said, you know, you'll be my first client, but I would love to. And we ended up making them their Casa 1910 Nicaraguan cigars.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
excellent cigars. Smoked them over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Got them at PCA.
Yeah, we had them at PCA.
Manolo's a great
very
guy.
delicious.
We made the Lucero just got 90 points with cigars now.
Nice.
The Lucero, which is the Torpedo by 54.
Yep.
Good for you.
They got the Higuero, which is the 6x60, got 90 points with Cigar Lovers magazine. And
Nice.
then the As de Oro got 89 points with Cigars of Spirit magazine.
Perfect.
Wow.
I mean,
think
hey,
he got more. I think
that's a home
more.
run. That's
huge.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big, Art. Right out of the box. You weren't messing
That's
around.
a huge achievement.
Yeah, and my Robusto Maduro got 92 points with Cigar Journal magazine in 2000.
So your business
Congrats.
is actually turning a profit?
Are you turning a profit now, or are you still waiting to get to a point where you can?
I'm still waiting, guys. We're still
Okay.
waiting.
Yeah.
And then I hang out a lot with Skip Martin, and I got to meet Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Jeff went. And Jeff one time comes to me and says, "Hey, Art, you have any more cigars?" I said, "I might have some blends. I make a lot of blends, and I let them age." So I gave Jeff one of my blends that I have right there in my humidor, and he absolutely loved that cigar. He says, "I want 15,000 of those cigars." I said, "All right."
Nice.
So I said, "I can start production anytime." So he fell in love with those cigars, and they got released at PCA, and those are called the Fosforo Limitada.
Oh, the limitadas. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now those cigars are blowing up all over the place. They're selling everywhere.
Beautiful. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
So those are the only two brands that I'm making right now.
So you didn't think you smoked any of our cigars before?
But you did. We
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
did. We
Yeah.
did. We
But we
did.
did.
We didn't
Yeah.
even know it.
Right.
We enjoyed it and didn't even know it.
When Huge
Oh,
lit
man.
that one up, he says, I've never smoked an art cigar. This is my first one.
I lied. I lied.
Well, it was a white lie, Frank, because you didn't
Yes.
know. So, you know.
I didn't know. Hey, it happens. Happens to the best of us.
So I want to say that, you know, little grains of my factory are starting to spread all over the world, you know.
Right.
And not only the Custas 1910 sales in the U.S., but they're all over Europe as well.
Oh, good.
And
Okay.
and my cigars now, they're in Europe. Like we just shipped 125 cigars to Dubai.
Oh, cool.
With the Leaf Master.
125,000.
No, 125 boxes.
Yeah.
We got Germany. We have Asia. We're in Thailand, Malaysia right now, Japan. We're about to get in back in Africa.
Oh, awesome.
So, you know, God is great. And little by little, we're getting in there.
Yep.
That's all.
Oh, yeah.
One step at a time, Art. You want to go too fast because if you go too fast, you're not going to have production available. You got to go the way production is going for
yeah,
you.
At
That's
your
the
pace.
most
Do it at your
important
pace,
thing.
and you're getting there. That's it. I mean,
One
that's
step at a time. You're getting out there. And of course, the Great Cigar and Pipe Show is here to promote you.
Yep, we're here to help. We're here to help.
Wait till you guys smoke the Robusto Maduro.
Oh, well, yeah,
We have.
well, yeah, we have to
suggest
have
that
to-
one.
Look, we've been on
Yeah,
almost an hour, and look, what a slow smoke.
Fantastic,
Yeah,
fantastic
That's
cigar.
It's great.
Yeah.
Look, the kid's even smoking it. There you go. Hey, hey, man. Looks like
He's
George
really-
Burns, eh? Anyway, let's take a break. Let's go to our sponsors. We come back and we'll have still questions from my audience who are listening, folks. Stay tuned for our next sponsors. Take it away, Frank.
Another day in paradise, you know, slanging cigars.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stogies. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
We are
back. Hello, folks. What's up? What's up, everybody? Again, we got Art Garcia live from Estelli, Nicaragua. So if you have some questions, jump on. Frank will put them out, and we can probably get some answers from you from Mr. Art himself.
Ask whatever you want. It's open.
You're an open book. So
open mic night. All right.
I got nothing to hide.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Being a small factory owner, is it difficult for you to purchase tobacco from farmers that are either local, or obviously you're purchasing tobacco from the Dominican, I'm sure, Mexico, possibly Ecuador? So tell me about that process.
Great question. It's a great question. So we have all the licenses we need to be able to function the right way here in Nicaragua. So we're a legitimate cigar factory. We're not a little house, trying to pretend to make cigars.
Right.
We're a real company, a real corporation here in Nicaragua, a real factory. And so we have the license to go to any of the big companies and buy their tobacco. Now, if they want to sell us tobacco, it's a different thing.
Right.
But with the years, not just for the last 2 years, but the last 6 years, I've learned who to deal with, who to work with, who to buy tobacco from.
Gotcha.
So I buy a lot of tobacco from Aranosa. They're one of the greatest, companies that have good tobacco here.
Gotcha.
The best thing about those guys is that they ferment and they cure the best tobacco. I purchased tobacco from Jalapa. I purchased tobacco, from exclusive growers here in Nicaragua that I know I could trust.
Right.
When I buy tobacco from whatever cigar I'm making, I like to know where the pedigree comes from.
Gotcha.
Kind of like if you own a horse, like a PRE horse, the Spaniel horse, you want to know how many generations that horse comes from. Same thing with tobacco. I want to know where my tobacco grown, what finca. I know which finca is the best tobacco here in Estelli. I want to know what seed is it. Is it Criollo? Is it Corojo? 98, 99, whatever, right? Yeah. And so this is what I call pedigree. So based on that, I'm able to blend my cigars because I know what I'm going to expect, what I'm going to get from each cigar or each blend.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not hard. But for example, if I want to go buy tobacco with my good friends in Placencia, I love those guys, but they won't sell us tobacco.
Right.
Okay.
I try many. I've been trying to get the wrapper. It's called the Jalapa Rosado wrapper. Can't do it. Right. So if I want to get tobacco from them, I have to buy it from somebody in Dominican Republic and then bring it back over here.
Gotcha.
Well, you do have a very good friend on board. Just to let you know, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez is on here, and he's got some amazing tobacco. By the way, he wants to know, what is your shoe size? Dr. Oscar is asking you, what is your shoe? Because you did say you're an open book, and all questions are here. So Dr. Oscar wants to know what size shoe, and he'll sell you some tobacco.
I like Adidas and I like Nike. So
well, he wants to know what's the size of the shoe. Is it a 2.5, 4.5, 5.5?
11.5.
And we have Brian. I think this is probably one of the best questions yet.
Yeah, right there.
Brian Singer says, how many cigars can you produce in a day if everybody shows up and not hungover from the day before?
So let's see here. I'll tell you guys. So 400 times 15. How much is that?
That's a lot of cigars.
Like 5,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of sticks.
Yeah, it's over 5,000 a day.
Damn.
Okay.
That we can do that a day.
Nice.
I wanted to.
Nice.
Like right now, I have 15 tables, but I'm only using about 10 right now.
Okay.
But if I was to get a big order where I need to have 25 tables, I could squish them in my factory. It will be very uncomfortable, but I can make it happen.
Right.
You know, so we have the potential, but once I start growing, we're gonna have to leave this small factory and get into a bigger factory.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the goal if that's what you want to do with
Absolutely.
growing. But make sure at that factory you're at 110%. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't leave before you get that much bigger, because sometimes when you grow too fast, again, we talked about it. You'll lose a little bit of production and the consistency and all. Well, so we also have another question by Ian Simpson. He wants to know, how can he get your cigars in West Virginia?
We have several stores that I have to call and follow up with them. I do have 2 stores who want to order from us. And so as soon as they get there, we're going to post it on our website.
Okay, good.
Nice. Nice.
All right, Ian, there you go. And Orlando wanted to just make sure that everybody, it's 6,000 cigars. He had to do the multiplication for us. So thank you,
Orlando.
Orlando.
Doesn't trust our math.
No. We said over 5,000, but Orlando's one of those guys that have to be precise.
He's a stickler. He's a stickler.
Yeah, he's a stickler. He's that type
Well,
of
I don't
guy.
trust Ronnie's math anyway, so I mean, we know that.
My math is always good, Kyle. You know that, buddy.
I got a question for you. How long does it take you to get a cigar produced? So when you try something and you really like it, to get it to market, how long is that period in there?
Well, it's a process, you know, and I like to take my time. I remember one time talking to Don Carlos Fuente, rest in peace, in New Orleans in 2015. He says, if I could give you some advice, I'm just going to tell you this: never rush the hands of times.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Perfect.
Yep.
Quality.
And at that time, I didn't get it. And I didn't get that till I opened the factory.
Right.
Then I figure out,
Yep.
That's what he meant. That's what he meant.
So is it like 6 months or a year? Or
But what I do is, when I blend, I blend with nobody at the factory. It's only me and my trusted production manager. And we get in there, we lay out all the tobaccos that we want to use in different blends. And then we blend. So then my production manager will make one sample with me, and then we'll make a down sample, and another sample, another sample. We'll probably make about, let's say, 10 cigars of each, right? And then we'll smoke one right there. Then we'll put them in the aging room, let them cool down a little bit. And then we'll wait another week. Then we'll smoke another one. And then we wait, and after that week, then we wait 30 days. We'll smoke another one. And then we take the process till we hit to 90 days, because at 90 days, I want to see where I'm at with that cigar.
Right.
When it's a client that wants to rush it and start production, I give them 30 days. So after 30 days, I'll be smoking it every week, and then I let them know. I say, look, I think this is going to be this profile. If we give it a little more time, we could wait a little more, but because we're using grade A and grade B tobacco, it should be a great cigar anyways. And the blend, what's important when we blend is we make sure that we marry the tobacco the right way. We make sure that we blend the cigar the right way. And we want to make sure that we leverage every tobacco and just have a perfect blend.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Brian Singer has another question for you, and he's asking, what's your go-to cigar? But I'm going to amend that a little bit and ask a follow-up to that. What's your go-to that's not your brand?
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, because working out of the factory, I've got so many cigars in my humidor. You know, I'm used to my profile, and I'm used to smoking premium cigars, right? And there's some brands sometimes that I grab a cigar and I just try it out. And if it's not with my palate, I'm saying it's not bad, but I just, I gently.
It's not for you. Yeah.
Grab another cigar. But I've been smoking a lot of cigars with Skip Martin, Romacraft, and Nika Slater.
Okay.
So I like his cigars a lot. Let's see. I smoke some Olivas. So when my friends from Oliva come here and hang out with me, they bring me Olivas. I'll smoke with them.
Okay.
And then I'll smoke some Padrones here and there from Padron.
Right.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you go. So I like those three. I do like Presencia cigars. The Alma Fuerte is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's got a lot of got potencia. That's got a lot of
Ometepe.
Yeah, and it gives you
guys see the volcano behind me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ometepe.
That's Ometepe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the volcano.
That's right.
Yeah.
And all my cigars have Ometepe.
Now, Art, I just I had to spark up your Habano because I needed to, because I wanted to smoke both cigars on the podcast today.
Right.
When I opened up the Habano wrapper, I had a nice, beautiful floral note.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful! It reminded me of some nice, beautiful bouquet of wildflowers in a field, and again, the draw, perfect draw, absolutely perfect.
You know, and those torpedoes, they don't go to the draw master. So
no,
we gotta make those with praying to God that they come out perfect.
Gotcha.
Of course, we know the weight, so we know how much they weigh, and we go by that profile.
Yeah, this cigar is a completely different smoke, totally different experience. This, I wasn't expecting it on the retro. I got a little bit of, I'll call it a little white pepper on it, so that it gives it a little bit of, it's a little bit bolder up front on the initial light up, whereas your Maduro was creamy, right away, creamy.
It was bolder.
Maduro was bolder. Yeah, but this has the Maduro ended on my final third, very, very rich.
Thank you.
A very, very rich flavor, deep. Like it continued to build throughout the cigar. Totally. So I'm looking forward to going through the cigar and experiencing the changes that you put into the blend, because any good cigar is like a journey of life.
Right. Absolutely.
You start and you end, and you hope that throughout your journey you get better. And that's cigar smoking for me. It takes you on a journey.
And that cigar, it's different because it has a double capote.
Okay.
Oh, this I just retroed this now.
Well, the retro on this is unbelievable. Anyway, it's smooth. There's no burn on it.
Oh, you're having the Maduro run?
Yeah. The first one we had.
Yeah, the Maduro. The Habano will kick you in the pants, which I like because, you know, especially late at night, right, Art? And later in the day, you want something that will give you that full-bodied approach, and I think this cigar for me has that. It's a medium plus, I'll call it, and the double plus is for goodness.
Pairs well with bourbon.
It pairs great with this Basil Hayden bourbon.
This would be good with coffee.
Oh, another
coffee.
Yeah.
Bourbon, scotch, cognac, even a michelada if you want to.
Wow, this is really good. Great cigar. Wow.
Orlando wants you to send him one of your cigars, and he'll do the retro test too.
He'll do the retro test. Tell Orlando he has to win them.
Yeah, Orlando, you got to stay on,
or
and maybe you might win. You know, there's a lot of people on tonight, so chances are we don't know.
You know, and something beautiful about these cigars is that I made them with love.
Nice.
I made them with all my passion.
Yes.
I mean, keep in mind, guys, I made the cigars and I haven't made a dime. It's all an investment right now.
Oh, this is total passion at this point.
At this point, you know, every day I get up and I'm motivated to make cigars. And every day I thank God for giving me another day of life. But not only that, I also thank all the people that has helped me to get where I'm at. You know, there's a lot of people behind me that has put in their time. Some of them put in some money that helped me out. I mean, there was times where I couldn't pay the rest of the payroll.
Right.
And I had to call my friends and family. I need your help. Help me. And they believe in me.
Right.
My father believed in me. My mother believed in me. My wife believed in me. My friends believe in me. And now they see where we're headed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is love right here. This is 100% love in this cigar.
Perfect burn.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Look at the construction
really
is
nice.
Perfect. Again, kudos to your factory, to your employees who are doing a great job. You know, again, taking your vision and putting it into our hands, because in the end, we're consumers. That's all. And for us, the experience is what we want, and we want a good cigar.
Absolutely, guys.
So many manufacturers out there now that you want to know that when you do try something new for people, that it's going to be something that they're going to enjoy. And listen, every cigar is not for every person because everybody's palate is different. And that's why I would never say a cigar is terrible. It might not be for me, and that's okay. But let me tell you, this is a cigar. Oh yeah, this is for me.
and here's what makes me different from other factories. I'm not bashing at people, but what makes me different is that I'm in my factory every day. I'm the first one that opens that door, and I'm the last one to leave.
Right.
And when we're in production, I'm in my production room overseeing all my production.
Right.
I'm not the kind of boss that just looks at the cameras and just calls the production manager. No, I'm in here. I go to each table. I'll grab a cigar. I'll grab the bunch. I'll smoke it without a wrapper. And if there's a different blend going on in there, I'll tell my production manager. He'll take care of the problem.
Right.
But I'm in here every day, at least for 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
That's what I think makes me different with my cigars and the way I make cigars for other brands. Right. I give it all my love. I give it all my passion, and I'm in here.
How many do you
that's
smoke
what makes
today?
a great cigar maker, I think. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Excellent.
I think so.
How many do you smoke a day?
How many cigars are you smoking a day?
Probably about 6, 7 cigars, sometimes 8.
Right. And that makes sense. I mean, that makes total sense. You're there and you're actually you're product managing.
Right.
As you're smoking.
Quality testing.
And quality controlling. And it shows in the product.
But you know what's even better? When I go home, I have dinner. I'll go on my patio by myself. I put some nice jazz music or classical music. I love classical music.
Nice.
I sit and I smoke a cigar, and that's where I really get to enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah, you're in the moment.
Stress is off.
You're in the moment.
The rest of it's work.
It's work.
Right. Exactly.
100%.
Not that it's not enjoyable. If you do something you love, you're not really working.
Well, that's the old saying for sure. Absolutely.
I was about to ask you, Art. I mean, you're spending all that time in the factory there. You guys got like a cafeteria there? Because I mean, like me, I don't like to miss a meal. So I mean,
shows. So this is what happens.
Shows.
So since I have a small factory, I can only fit 75, 80 people here, sometimes 100. But we have a kitchen. But inside my kitchen, it's my tobacco where we distribute tobacco. And also our drying room where we dry the tobacco, the leaf, it's in the kitchen. So we have a very small, tiny space. So I promised myself, when I have a nice, bigger factory, I'm going to buy me a, what do you call those espresso machines, those nice ones.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be set up. But right now, all I have is a coffee pot, and that's it.
That's it.
But the other way God took care of him is there's a Mexican restaurant across the street.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. There you go.
So the owner is from Michoacan, and me being Mexican American, he was like, "Hey, what else? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" So he knows I like the salsa. So every time I come, I'm like, "Yo, bring me some tacos." I probably for the last 2 years, I bought hundreds of tacos from you guys.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, there's a ton of Mexican restaurants here, but they're owned by Nicaraguans.
Yes,
they're not owned by Mexicans.
Oh,
so it's not Mexican.
Owned by a Mexican.
But look, no. The truth of the matter is, the best Mexican food when I cook carne asada and we make our guacamole.
Oh yeah.
And he knows. He tries some of my food.
You're making my mouth salivate.
You see, the thing with the Mexican guy across the street is that he makes tacos not the way I'm used to them, because we're from the south of Mexico, right? The border between Baja California and TJ. So there we have the best carne asada tacos. But the way they make them in Michoacan is way different.
Really?
So the other day,
it's not really Taco Bell. I mean, it's like like Taco Bell and Burrito Express.
Right? But they don't have a lot of the ingredients. But he cooks it sad to say, but he cooks them the cheap way, and he cooks them the Nico way, right? And so he gave me some tacos, and I was eating one. I said, "Bro, this shit has no spices, has no pepper in the meat. I mean, what the fuck is this?" So I hit him up, like, "Dude, What's going on with your meat, bro? Oh, it's because the Nicaraguans, they don't like any spices. I say, bro, they should sell these fucking tacos to a Nicaraguan.
When I come, you do it my way. That's why I'm going to buy a couple more 100 tacos from you.
Hey, Chris has got a great idea for you. Carne asada with every box purchase.
Absolutely, man. What are you going to do with that?
They have salt at the table at the restaurants. They don't even have black pepper.
They don't have black pepper.
They don't
no black pepper.
Wow.
No seasoning at all, huh? Wow.
Like I literally, when I'm lazy, I have to buy the actual Mexican salsas they have in the cans
right
in Mexico, and I have to buy those just to have salsas in my house sometimes. I'm telling you, I had to sacrifice to be here, guys.
That's right.
Please don't tell me it's the paste one. Don't tell me they're not buying paste pecani.
No, they don't even have good pastas here, bro. It's crazy. But I love it here. I love Nicaraguan people, their traditions, their food, and not because I'm married to one, but Nicaragua.
You better say that.
And I want to invite all of you guys to come down.
Yes.
Come stay at my house, whatever. We're going to have a blast here. The most important thing is that we're going to smoke good cigars.
Is Johnny Blanco going to be there?
Live here.
Well, if he's there, I'm not going.
He literally lives, 3 blocks from my house?
Probably 4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5.
On the same street.
Same street.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Right.
There you go. Very good. Very good.
Well, let's hold on and let's go to our next set of sponsors, Frank.
All right,
This
cigar kicks ass, by the way.
Oh, really?
Okay. Burn. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. This is a cigar that everyone has to have their hands on like soon because you're missing out.
Excellent.
This cigar kicks fucking ass.
Chris, when you go back to Delaware?
Yeah,
I was going to say, don't get too kicked ass over there, will you? You got to fight. So, Frank, let's talk about our final segment and let the crowd know what's coming on.
Sure. So everyone knows that on the show we love we love sharing our passion through our segment called Stump the Chooch. And the Chooch is our favorite animal. And here he is. See, that chooch right there tells the story. It's the hardest working animal on the planet and usually gets the least amount of respect. And that's why they call it a jackass. But when we come back, Art, can we get our lucky winner, another lucky winner, maybe a little sampler pack of the stuff that this magic, I'm going to call this magic and love, in the form of a cigar, because that's what it is.
Let's do it.
All right, perfect. So we're going to have
2 or 3 lucky winners.
Three
winners. They're going to have to wait till the cigars arrive to the U.S.
That's right. So they have to wait. So
I actually had a bunch of cigars from a friend of mine who has the cigars.
Okay. All right.
Well, they'll wait.
And you can only win once, okay? Because there's only 3 people listening. No, really. Okay.
So when we come
one
back,
winner, and then you have to stay out and let somebody else enjoy.
One winner, and then we kick you off.
Then we kick you off.
Can I win this time?
No.
You can't read.
You
Forget
win
about
every
it.
day. Every day you're a winner.
We'll ask the question in Spanish. Hold on right there, folks. We'll be right back.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are 4th generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. All engines respond. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
Wow. You know what's funny, Art? So Chris is sitting here and we're really enjoying this cigar. Well, where did I go? I'm listening.
Oh.
Whoa,
You pulled a Ronnie.
I pulled a Ronnie. We are sitting here and we are enjoying the cigar so much, and Bob and Chris is like, "Yeah, Bob's missing out on the cigar." I go, "Fuck him." That's what he gets.
Hey, Bob, we're gonna send you some. Don't worry, brother.
So good, so good. So tonight, folks, not only is Art giving 3 lucky winners some wonderfully magical cigars, because they're fucking incredible,
delicious.
Tonight,
did you see the comment from Texas Taurus there? He says, I like all the Sakas on the show right now.
Yes, this is a Saka lookalike show. It always has been.
But don't tell him, Texas. Don't tell him that we're on. He gets jealous of us.
We have a store in Texas right now who pre-order again from us because they were my previous customers. They're called the Rings. They're in what's the name of that cigar store? Smoke Rings.
Yes, there you go. Nice. I love the name of the shop. I love that.
Hey, Ronnie, real quick. Blazius is coming out here next week.
I know. He told me.
So I can send a couple of the winter stuff to you through Mike.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
We'll send some to you, my brother, over there at the Corona store.
Nice. Oh man, this cigar is so good. I can't get enough of this cigar. I love the first
I've never
one.
seen Frank have an orgasm on the show.
I love the first one. But I am really I'm jonesing on this one. This Habano is fucking incredible.
So what I want to do eventually, is I want to we're going to set up an office and distribution somewhere in Lake Mary, Longwood, Florida.
Nice. That's close.
And so that's why it's important to promote one of our stores.
Right. I like that idea.
Of course you do.
I might have to head up that distribution center.
Hey, man, all the help we can get, guys. We really need it.
So tonight, also, you can win big because we have our monthly giveaway by our pal, Brian Massard. And tonight, you will also be able to win that beautiful, gorgeous bottle of vodka, and that sample pack of Cattle Baron. So that's going to be, and the way to win that is, look at there. I spent a lot of money creating the graphics for this. So you have
no expense.
I spared no expense for the graphics. So I got to get a close up on me because I got to lift the graphics. So on this notepad says win big. Okay.
That took a lot of work, man. That's hours and hours.
Hours of graphic work. Win big. On the back of this is a number. And on that, you're going to have to guess this number. It's like Johnny Carson, the old days.
Ooh.
So and I'll tell you what the numbers are between, because I know people try to put numbers in now. You can do all you want. You won't win jack shit until I say it's time for the prize. And then you give me the number between something and something. And then if you get it, great, you win it. If not,
42.
It's
it's how many Saka lookalikes we have on our show.
Right. Exactly. So for tonight,
take your hat off, Art.
I'm gonna.
We got 3 of them.
You won't take your hat off.
All right,
you got hair underneath there.
He does have hair.
Saka's cool, man. I know Saka for a long time now, and every time he's here, man, I always catch up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, the amount of smoke that this creates too. It's
beautiful.
It gives you so much smoke. The draw on this cigar is unreal. Just unreal. No, this is just the oh god,
right?
I want to just sit with the cigar forever. I don't ever want to let it down. That's the problem. So tonight's first question for you guys, I'm gonna make it easy. This is an easy question. You guys should be able to get this. So in 1850.
This is for the chooches.
This is for you
for
guys.
The chooches. Just for what you see here, folks.
This king officially declared Honolulu a city and the capital of his kingdom.
Kamehameha.
Look at this man, King Kamehameha. Because he's been to Hawaii a half a dozen times. He better know that. Otherwise, if he didn't know that, I would have thrown him out. I would have thrown him out of here. He would have gotten the boot. I'll give you guys
trying to make him look good. You're trying to make him look better than Bob.
Yeah, you know. All right. 1966, guys. On this date in history, very important date in 1966, this fighter bomber made its first flight. What is it called? What bomber made its first flight in 1966? It kind of changed the whole perception about bombers.
Eddie Grable? No.
Not the face that was on the side of the bomb.
The B-52 is what Brian said.
No, Brian.
B-52 was done a long time before that.
Orlando's saying the Blackbird.
Blackbird. Orlando, you lost. You're not winning tonight. Just think of that. If that's your beginning, you're in trouble.
It wasn't the F-430, right?
No. The Harrier.
Oh, Hawker Harrier.
The Harrier made its debut in 1966.
Oh, yeah.
That long
British.
Ago. Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, and
where's Bruce Stark when you need him?
Speaking about military. So one of my business mentors and a good friend. I call him Papa because he's an older gentleman. He just turned, I think, 87 years old.
Nice.
He was part of the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fighter pilot. Fighter pilot, right? And he did over 315 missions.
Wow.
And his bird never got shut down.
Wow.
Holy cow.
And on the last mission, it was him and also the senator who passed away, John McCain.
Yes.
Yep.
And I remember he told him, don't go this way, go behind the mountain and come out through the back because they're going to shut you down. And that's exactly what happened to John McCain. And he became a POW at that time.
Right.
So the gentleman's name is David Rolander. And he wrote a book called The CEO Code, another book that I love reading. And he's a good friend of mine. It was his birthday yesterday, so I want to say happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
But
Happy birthday. Thank you for your service.
We created a cigar for him. And it's going to be a cigar for all the fighter pilots in the Air Force. And Manny Iriarte designed it for us.
Oh, awesome.
Was it a
We're going to release that cigar next year for 4th of July.
Oh, beautiful.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That is nice.
Heck yeah.
Beautiful. What a way to
honor
give
somebody.
Honor him, yes.
Oh.
It's a beautiful, amazing cigar. We're going to have 4 Vitolas, and one of them is going to be a Torpedo Salomon. So I wanted to make it look like a plane kind of, a little bit.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
We're going to have a Robusto, a Toro, and he's a big Churchill guy. So we're also going to make a Churchill.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
All right, folks. So our first lucky winner
Ooh.
Okay.
Our first question for our lucky winner.
Ronnie,
All right.
you ready with the music?
Trying to get there. I didn't think we'd get there that fast.
That's what she said.
He doesn't have. He doesn't.
Hey,
Ronnie,
hey,
Ronnie
let me
has-
practice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
There you go.
Okay. On this date in history, folks, in 1972, this native, who was the first native-born American to hold the title of world chess champion. What was his name? What was his name? He beat Boris Spassky.
He was Native American.
He was the first, yes.
Nice. Come on, Answers. Where are you? There's the YouTube crowd tonight. Bobby Fisher.
Look at them. Look at Orlando. I told him he wasn't going to win.
He's not allowed. He's not allowed.
Orlando, you lucky bastard. All right, so Orlando's one winner. He's one winner. Let's go for our second winner. I'll give him another question. Okay. On this date in history in 1985, a search led by this American oceanographer led to the discovery of the Titanic wreck. Who was this oceanographer? Give me his name.
I was only 4 years old.
I was a junior in high school.
Orlando Perez, you can't answer. So you're out.
You're out, Orlando.
Dr. Oscar, Jack Lightfoot.
Jack Lightfoot. So Byron Singer
Robert Ballard. Stop, Orlando. Do not answer anymore, Orlando.
Natalie Wood.
Brian Singer. Ballard is correct. He is correct. Robert Ballard.
No. Ian Simpson was ahead of Brian Singer.
No, he wasn't.
Ballard, Brian Singer. Brian had it first.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He got in just in the nick of time.
All right. Brian is the winner.
Brian is the winner.
Don't feel bad, Ian. That's how I always get beat. Just by a split second.
Hey, tell him who beats him in dominoes, though.
Nice. Okay, folks. Third winner of our amazing cigars. Here you go, folks. In 1992, on this date in history, an 11-day standoff in Idaho between government officials and an armed family headed by self-proclaimed white supremacist Randy Weaver ended with his surrender. Where was that standoff? What was the name of where it was? Oh, Chris focused on Ruby Ridge, and he's absolutely correct. Ruby Ridge, folks. Winner. We have 3 winners. Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Very good. Chris Cutler. All 3 of you, please make sure you PM me your address. So when I get those cigars, if and when, I'll send it out to you. And you'll get it.
What was that last name, Ronnie? What was that last name again? It's not Cutler.
Coulter.
Yeah, Cutler, Coulter. He was thinking about the old.
I just had chicken cutlets for dinner. What can I tell you?
He had
Chicken Cutler?
Chicken Cutler. Yeah, exactly. So now the very last prize, folks. Remember, this is this. Win.
What number?
Big. Yeah.
And what's it between, Frank? 0 and?
I'm going to show you right now. The number is between 0 and 15. Give me the answer now.
Ooh.
Oh, look at these guys. They both said 12. They must be on that number.
12. Look, 4 guys.
No.
4.
10. No.
3.
No.
10. 0.
0. The number 0. That's a good one, Teresa. 3. No.
7. 14.
No.
3.
Ian Simpson.
7.
Ian
7. 8.
Simpson. Could it be Ian Simpson?
Ian, yes.
Hey, there it is. Hey,
Ian comes through.
Oh, yeah. And he wins this beautiful, gorgeous bottle of gorgeous vodka and the 5-pack from our friend Brian Massard at Cattle Baron Cigars.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, team. Nice.
Wow.
Very good night. Excellent. Ian won a trade.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Congratulations to all 4 of you. That was awesome.
You're going to enjoy the cigars.
Yes. Oh,
yes,
my God.
absolutely.
Fantastic.
So you'll have to wait at least, I'll probably have to wait about 3 weeks before I get them. And then we'll see what happens from there. So make sure everybody PM me your address. And when I get them, the bottle, though, will go directly to you. I have nothing to do with the bottle.
Yeah, but PM me or Ron your info, and I'll get that over to Brian.
Hey, send me a bottle to Estelli.
Frank, you might have to pull an extra move on that one there, or the beef jerky. I mean,
We'll trade them for some more torpedoes.
So, all righty, excellent and beautiful. All right, Gordon, you finally got his cigars in from Chris from last week's guest. Beautiful,
nice, awesome.
Well, Art, I can't thank you enough for taking time on your long day here to be on our show. And thank you for the 3 presents for the winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your generosity, for your kindness, and your wisdom and your passion. I mean,
I'm just a humble cigar maker learning as I go.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself an expert. I'm definitely not a master blender. And I'm just a guy who loves cigars and loves making cigars.
Well, no, Art, that last statement means
you are a master
more to
blender.
me than no, because Art and I talked. The respect that you have for master blender title, that goes to the greats. And a lot of people today try to call themselves master blenders. And, that word master, you guys don't realize how important that word is. Right. It's just not for everybody. Just because you can put together some cigars doesn't make you a master, makes you a blender. Absolutely. And Art, you respect the elders in this industry, and that says a lot for you. As you know, a lot of people have a lot of egos, and they say, "Oh, I'm a master blender." No, you're not. You're a blender.
You're a master blender in my eyes.
All right, because he still has a hard-on and orgasm going on his cigar.
Wait.
I'll have
does
to
that mean
test
you're?
it out and then...
Hey, Ronnie, does that make you the masturbator?
Yes, Ronnie is the masturbator. He's been.
Kyle, I'll be a masturbator anytime you want me to. Don't worry about it. As long as you're the catcher and I'm the pitcher, buddy. Oh, there we go.
Gotta come to Tampa for that.
Baby looks awesome. Congratulations. Say hello to Carmen. Yes. Have a good one. Have a good time when Mike gets there. And I look forward to getting those cigars for sure.
And make sure you guys follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
To follow the factory is Tabacalera Segovias. Instagram at Tabacalera. For our cigar brand, it's at Segovias de Estelli. And then, of course, my personal one is Mr.Art_Garcia. I'm a crazy dude, so every night here and there when I can get away from my wife at nighttime, I'll do a live, and I'm there till like 3 a.m. just smoking cigars. So you'll be able to catch me on Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah, Art and I had some of these late night conversations when he had nothing better to do. He calls me. I feel so honored. Anyway, for all the folks out there, thank you so much for taking your time here on a special Thursday night special event from the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. We will be back next Tuesday night on a regular show. And Frank, who's on there again?
Well, you know what? It's great that we went from a blender to blender, because actually on Tuesday, Miguel Nin over in the Daytona Cigar.
That's my boy.
He will be.
A little connection.
Myself and Bob will be at his cigar shop in Daytona. And he'll have his rolling table there, and he's going to be giving us a master blending 101 kind of course. So
me and Miguel go back all the way to 2015.
Nice.
I met Miguel in Estelli, Nicaragua, when he was working for Karen Berger.
Yes.
Yes. And man, me and Miguel had a lot of fun together, and ever since then we've been good friends.
Good, awesome. Great back-to-back shows, folks.
Yes.
Catch us 8 o'clock, not 8:30.
New time. 8 o'clock from now on, folks.
And I'll see you guys in Estelli, Nicaragua, anytime.
That's right. We're planning on a trip.
We'll work on that for you.
Next year,
we have some people we could visit, right?
We got to go to. We're going to go to the Dominican. We're going to come to Nicaragua. We're going to make a great trip out of it. It's going to be a blast, and we look forward to seeing you in person.
Yes.
And you can put us to work while we're there.
But you got to go the other way around. You got to come here first. And then
Why?
Go.
Is
first
it
come to Nicaragua and then visit Dominican?
Go back but isn't it the other way around? Isn't Nicaragua a little closer?
No.
Further?
No, from Florida, it's only an hour and a half.
Oh, it's only an hour and a half. Hey, so maybe Nicaragua first, then the Dominican.
See, now we're talking our language.
That's it.
It looks like Kyle's going to need a month off in February. Anyway, hey, everybody, thanks again for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Art, thank you for everything you're doing. You're doing an awesome job, and we'll definitely be promoting you, I see, in 2024. Right?
Yes. Awesome. Great.
All right.
Great
Be good, brothers. Everybody, have a great night. Take it easy.
Good night,
Chris.
everyone.
Bye.
Safe trip back. Congratulations again.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.